Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube. My name is SeaRaptor, and today we are back with more Scuttlebutt. That's right, it's patch day. Well, I guess technically yesterday was patch day on NA, but close enough, right? It's been a busy week for me. I wasn't unfortunately able to get this video made on Tuesday, so you're getting it on Thursday instead of Wednesday. So, well, apologies, but you've only had one day to play with the patch, so some of this might still be new. This week's game in the background brought to you by new Tier 10 French super cruiser battle cruiser thing. This is Marseille. I wasn't able to get first look videos made for the Tier 9 and 10 in this line. That was Brest and Marseille. I just ran out of time, and I kept thinking, oh, they're going to change more of them again. They made some late armor changes. And by the time it got to the point where it was like, oh, I should make these videos, they had already announced that they were going to release. So I was like, well, that's kind of pointless. Not much point in talking about a ship that's literally about to be available to anybody who wants to get out there and go get it. So I passed. But this is my very first game in Marseille. I want to talk real briefly about the build so you have an understand what you're looking at. I'm going to link a video down below to a previous quick cut where I played Tier 9 Premium French Cruiser Carnot. After having a conversation with fellow North American CC Hapafodder over on his stream where he talked me through his build for Carnot, this is the same build. It's kind of a bit of a lighthouse build because I'm playing with the skill that increases your HE shell damage. At the same time, it penalizes your detection radius. So it's not a full lighthouse build. I'm still taking concealment expert with this thing. But the bottom line is this is not a full stealth rig Marseille. So if you're panicked about what you're seeing in it's like 13 and something detection, that's a specific choice that I've made in this build, trying things out. So anyway, have a look at that. Have a look at that video real briefly if you want to see the build. But this is my first game in Marseille, and well, it's an interesting one. I'll leave it to that. I'll let you guys enjoy. So let's get kind of caught up on news. First things first, I have to mention last weekend's tournament, the Warships Spring Championship, or as some people talk about it, I can't believe it's not King of the Sea. I can't believe it's not COTS. Was a great event. It was a great time to be able to get on the road, go back up to Austin, meet and or see some of the wargaming team up at WWII. First time that I've been up there in more than 2 years because, well, world of pandemia. It was really just, there's no words to explain how refreshing it is when you're going to collaborate on something to actually meet and interact and be physically co-located with the same humans that you're collaborating with, right? I've been dealing with this at work for about a year now, and it just makes things so much easier and better when you're able to do it this way. And so that was nice. I was glad that we were able to get back in the wargaming offices and use their streaming space, and more on that in a minute. Huge shout out to Evan, Bogsy, Ascance, Legionnaire Conception, and Maridraco for their hospitality, particularly Maridraco, who literally hosted an after-stream party at his place on Sunday night, which was both a great idea and a bad idea simultaneously. If you saw some of the pictures on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. And another huge shout out to all of the event coordinators, adjudicators, volunteers, everybody who showed up to play. This was a ton of fun. We had some really awesome, fun, interesting games to cast on the stream on Saturday and Sunday. I mentioned it on the stream. When you do enough of these, each various tournament kind of has its own personality. A high-level player will call it, well, the meta of the tournament. But to me, it's almost more, I really do think of it as a personality. Each event develops its own feel. And one of the things that I really liked about this event was that it wasn't static-y, boring play. Most of the DNA teams that I saw all developed strategies that were built on, hey, let's take X ship and move, and this ship and move here and go, and they were dynamic strategies rather than static strategies. And it makes the tournament not only, I hope it makes it more fun to play, it certainly makes it more fun to cast and more fun to watch. So yeah, thanks guys, it was a blast. Going back to the stream room, yeah guys, there were some sound issues, obviously. It was rough. You have to remember that we've only ever worked with the remote cameras before when doing a stream production like this with individuals sitting in their homes. We on NA have never done it out of the studio before, right? And so this was kind of a new thing. What the significance of that is going to be lost on most of you, because don't take this personally, but like, you don't understand how we have it set up when we do it with the remote cameras normally. What we've been doing is we've been using a program called OBS Ninja, where everybody basically feeds their camera and personal audio into OBS Ninja, which is like it's not a Discord call, okay? And so everything is fed through there. St. Pete takes that, and the remote camera guys take that and mash it down, do what they're going to do with it, and then we get an end result. It's not how we started off the weekend. We were using Discord for the audio issues, and it was not working, right? And it took us a while, or more accurately, this is not a knock against him. It took Maridraco a while to realize that that's where the problem lied. Every time we did a game, he was troubleshooting it, like where are we losing the quality? What is the problem here? And it took a long time to figure out that, oh, Discord was the problem. And so by the time we were doing the finals, I think he had finally got it worked out to where, again, the audio maybe wasn't like amazing, but it was certainly the best that we were going to get. And so huge shout out to him, because he worked tirelessly to fix that. And we did eventually get to a better result, but of course we didn't get to a result that is what everybody wanted. There's some, obviously it made watching the thing a bit of a frustrating experience. The good news is that I think it's highlighted something that is going to cause some change in how the streaming setup is done here on the NA side, up in Austin. I think they're going to make some improvements and some changes, and I think that it will, in the long term, lead to a better result. Right now, they share that streaming space with the World of Tanks team. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that their time to get in there and do setup and work out these kinds of issues in advance was extremely limited. And so it's the kind of thing that with their own streaming space, they probably could have identified this and solved it well in advance. Unfortunately, the time wasn't there because they're sharing that space. So I think in the long haul, this will end up being a positive thing, but it was frustrating. So anyways, thanks for sticking with us through all that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the cast. We talked about, we had a lot of downtime, obviously, you know, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, talking with Boggsy and Ensconce and members of their team. It led to a lot of great conversations about game balance and game mechanics and all these kinds of things. And of course, we're just players shooting the shit. And I think that it sparked for me some video ideas that I hope to kind of take advantage of as we go through the summer. Anyways, I just want to say it was a great event. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's do it again in the fall. It was nice to finally get back into doing this. Of course, it's patch day, or at least yesterday was. 11.4 is here. The new Frenchie Super Cruiser branch is in early access. That's kind of what you're watching here on screen. We've also got the full release of the new Italian destroyers. Epicenter is now dead. Long live Epicenter. Arms Race replaces it, and as I understand it, Arms Race is actually going to be a little more common than Epicenter was in the map rotation, so that'll be nice to see. It does feel like early reports, though, that they've made some of the mistakes of early Arms Race iterations. If you might remember, the very first time that Arms Race came into the game, yes, it buffed plane regeneration and plane health and everything, but anti-aircraft damage wasn't ever buffed. And it made carriers stupidly ridiculous in the format, and I'm believing that we're seeing the same thing again here. That, by the way, was eventually patched out of later iterations of Arms Race, but for some reason it doesn't sound like that change, that improvement to Arms Race has made it into this iteration of Arms Race. I don't know. I'm having one of my confused screaming moments while I try to wrap my brain around how they missed this. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Minimap updates. This is nice. The whole when you click on the minimap, you no longer get a square. You get the actual point you're clicking on. This is handy. This is going to be huge and useful certainly in clan battles and competitive play for those of you that participate in all of that. But even in random battles, right? Like when I click on the map, it'll actually I'm clicking here, not just on a square. New season of clan battles begins next Wednesday. That's the 25th of May. Ranked is back as of now. These all the bronze, silver, and gold league games you'll be playing in ranked for the next couple of months, all tier 8 and 9. which for me, I love. To me, that is the sweet spot for ranked. I love playing ranked in that range. I studiously avoid tier 10 ranked. You might actually get me to make a push for gold this time. We'll see. Dockyard event still going on for tier 8 premium Pan-Asian battleship Atlantico. I'm mispronouncing it. But that's still going on. And guys, guess what? More sub-testing. I know we're all super excited. Yeah, that's still going on. There's a whole slew of balance changes, guys. I can't possibly get to all the balance changes that are in this thing. There's a whole. I'll put the link down below. Go check out the patch list. 2 big shout outs I want to make on this list, though, to make sure you're aware of them. One is much of the high-tier American radar is getting a slight duration nerf. I'm looking at you, Des Moines. It's going from 40 seconds to 35 seconds. I like this change. I like this change a lot. Part of that is the Destroyer player in me goes, oh, finally. But part of me also, as a cruiser player, it by the time you added November Foxtrot, not November Foxtrot flags, the new commander skill that increases the duration of your consumables, and the radar mod, like you could get it was like 60 seconds of radar. It was crazy. It was nice, but it felt excessive, right? A whole minute, 5% of the match under radar like that, and then you get in a match with 3 or 4 or 5 radar cruisers. Just lunacy. So I'm glad to see them making this change. You will not get me complaining. As much as I love cruiser and play cruiser, I think it makes sense. The other one is, for those of you that have been looking for a reason to play the Pantheon Destroyer line, the buff to these tier 8 and 9 ships, awarding them the torpedo reload booster, that is also in this patch, so that is now available. And I'll be checking this out on stream tonight. I'm looking forward to giving that a go. There's more Weebery afoot. There's a new collaboration, or at least they're continuing the collaboration with the Azure Lane guys. So keep an eye out for that if that is your sort of thing. One of the ships is high tier. I believe that's Azuma. One of the ships is low tier. It's a tier 3 ship, and I'm completely forgetting, I think, which one it is, so forgive me. Mecklenburg, tier 10 premium German battleship Mecklenburg, has come to the armory for steel. 31,000 steel to be precise. I really tried to get a Mecklenburg game that I liked so that I could kind of showcase the ship to you guys a little bit this week, and it was an abject failure. The ship is I found the ship incredibly challenging to play. Remember, you're basically looking at Brandenburg, right? It's essentially more or less a tier 8 It's Brandenburg pumped up to tier 10 with more guns. She has 16 barrels of the German 305mm guns on basically cruiser dispersion. That sounds like amazing. Like I was excited for this ship. I was like, oh, this will be awesome. I could not get a good game in that ship to save my life. So I apologize, guys. I wanted to show you something. I don't have it. Some of it was, for me at least, the overall quality of high-tier games has degraded to the point where at least 2 of the 4 or 5 games that I played were like 10-1 steamrolls, right? So I mean, you're not going to get a decent test game when your tier 10 teammates all melt in seconds. But the other was that I found the hull very soft. It was a struggle for me. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you there, guys. If you're looking for that ship and you're looking for it to be interesting, then I hope it is for you. I struggled with it, and I'm not sure I'm going to be in a big rush to buy one. British battle cruisers are now in super testing, and I'll be working on some first look videos for these in the coming week or so. Starting with the tier 3 all the way up to the tier 10, they're at least in the client for super testing. You have to remember that Wargaming does, when they award ships for super testing, they do it in bits. Like, we'll get, I'm not a super tester, but as a CC, that we're awarded ships on the same schedule. So, like, we'll get, you're getting the 3, 5, 7, and 9 this week, and next week we'll yank them back, and you'll get the 4, 8, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then finally, after each ship has had a little bit of time, they'll hand them all to us. So I'll have to see how it goes from a video perspective, but the plan is to get some of that done. So if you see a British battle cruiser around in testing or in a random battle, that's what it is. Those are now available in the patch. And yeah, guys, that was my first game in Marseille. Not a bad damage result, not an amazing one. I admit the channel charge there at the end was probably a bit stupid, but it was like, I want to see what this ship can take. Like, what can I take in terms of damage? And it worked out. Sort of. I mean, we won the game, so I can't really complain, but oh yeah, I got murdered. Anyway, guys, that's it. Patch day is around. Latest big tournament event is over. I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch there and here, and I will see you guys both on Twitch, on later YouTube videos, and around. Okay? Hope you guys be safe. Enjoy the patch. Take care. I'll catch you next time.